Hello, my name is Andrew, and welcome back to Retro Island Gaming. Punishing difficulty, devious puzzles, and mysterious plot. The makings of a game known as the Immortal. Though its true self is splintered across many different platforms, it remains a game worthy of experiencing. The Immortal begins its story with our protagonist heading toward the ancient city of Aranok. Our hero is a mage with no name. Before this journey to the ruined city, he trained under the guidance of a more powerful wizard named Mortimer. The teacher spoke often of Aranok, said to have been destroyed by a dragon's fire over 1,000 years ago. Only a labyrinth below remains of the former site. Mortimer taught him the arts of magic and trained him in the use of weaponry. He gained the power to read runes and unleash their potential. Many years have passed since the old teacher has been seen. Our lead character assumed him dead until the mentor called to him in a dream. The uneasy feeling that Mortimer still lives drove him to seek out his old mentor and unravel the secrets of the Immortal. Blackness stretches across the screen, save for a small room in the center. Our hero stands waiting, garbed in gray robes and a red cap, while holding a tall staff. The dungeon is isometric, like we would see in later Ultima games, and as such, movement is allowed in 8 directions. Approaching the candlelit pedestal, an image of Mortimer appears from the flames.
Dunrick, you have come to save me. I am in the dungeons far below. I know I can count on you.
So, Mortimer lives, and now we have a name for our hero, Dunrick.
But there is one thing strange about the message. Your name is not Dunrick.
Wait, what? What is going on here? Dunrick,
my faithful student in the art of wizardry, will be the first to come looking for me. He's often accompanied by Eric, a fighter.
So then, Dunrick was someone else. This game originally appeared on the Apple II GS and then got ported to MS-DOS as seen here. DOS was not the only port. Whoa! Welcome to the NES version! Nothing beats the greeting this game presents. Assuming the wizard didn't get gobbled up back in the first room, he'll be forced to navigate the bursting flames erupting from the floor and dodging fireballs shooting from the walls. This all changes depending what platform we're playing. It's not long until we come across a corpse. Dunrick's ring!
What happened, Dunrick? Good thing backup arrived. Otherwise, wait.
He's often accompanied by Eric, a fighter.
A slain body of a fighter. This dead guy must have been holding Dunrick's ring. Poor Eric. Finders keepers, and into the inventory it goes. The inventory is the only way to access items once we pick them up. Heading south a bit, we observe a man fighting what appears to be a green goblin.
Oh crap, here we go!
This goblin isn't messing around. The combat displayed here on the Genesis version is a one-on-one fight to the death. There's no running from this battle. Our sumptuous wizard with apparent God-given ass is ready with his weapon. So is the goblin, and he attacks from the left or right. We can dodge these attacks by leaning left or right to avoid the blow. Fail to dodge, and we're in for some pain. The wizard and the goblin both have updating meters representing health and fatigue levels. As the goblin attacks, his fatigue levels begin to build up and he takes longer to finish an attack. This is our chance to strike back at him. We can stab him directly or make a swing attack from the left or right. Since he's so worn out, we're gonna take the offense and just stab. That man previously engaged with the goblin awaits. He is Ulindor, the servant and bodyguard of Mortimer. He appears friendly and approaching him initiates a monologue.
You have come to save Mortimer, have you? He is held prisoner many levels below. There is a hidden passageway. That is all I can tell you.
Without another word, he hands us a key and runs out the door. A chest resides nearby and unlocks with the key given to us. How very fortunate! An odd assortment of items found inside go into our inventory for future use. Among them is a map displaying a warning of pit traps with interesting visual diagrams. Venturing further, we discover a room with odd floor tiles that press in and back out. Stepping into the room... Aw, shit! Move, you old wizard, hurry! No! If we are playing on the Sega or Nintendo, then we can pick up right where we last left off. Sadly for DOS users, it's the end of the road and back to the start of the level. Even with the couple of lives that the consoles provide, it'll still be a trial cruising through the labyrinth. But for DOS users, that's pretty damn brutal to have to start all over again. Okay, so we've dodged the flying arrows. Phew! The door below leads to a darkened area. Lighting up the place shows footpaths of invisible enemy shades. Walking right past them allows us to find a sparkling item on the ground. Just perfect. We have enemy shades and pit traps. Come to think of it, that's what that map was warning us about. Upon closer inspection, the sparkling item is a shiny, reflective amulet. Exiting here to the right is yet another room, this time with a large crevice with a beam of light shining from a wall. With the newly found amulet, the wizard can reflect the light to a switch, opening a downward hidden passageway. This leads to the level below, and we're presented with a password, or as the game refers to them, certificates. Congratulations on completing the first level of the Immortal. The good news for once is we can now start from this place anytime we die. The further we venture into the labyrinth, the more we realize it relies on skill and puzzle solving. Or in most cases, trial and error. It's an odd mixture of genres, but it works really well. The combat mechanics are exciting, while the puzzles and traps will keep us paranoid and cautious on how to approach them. The game is split into 8 stages, representing the 8 levels of the labyrinth. Early on, we are a nobody, and the citizens here don't appreciate our intrusion, and will either attack us, rip us off, or refuse to assist us. The goblins constitute one faction. Green and territorial, they are numerous in the early levels. Also present are trolls, who the goblins are at war with. These horned monsters are highly aggressive and will put up a stronger challenge in combat. With the goblins, we can make friends and assist them against the opposing trolls. We first meet the Goblin King and his bodyguards on level 2. This is not a pleasant introduction, as the bodyguards are quick to attack us. As a defense, we plant some smelly spores in a dirt pile and run out the door. Returning to the room, we find everyone left has fallen, including the king. We show mercy by giving the dying king some water. He, in turn, helps us with a hint for progressing further. And by progressing further in the levels, we later find the same king atop his throne, welcoming us and providing more information. Strange to see him alive and well again. Sprinkled about are a few other humans. Ulindor, Mortimer's bodyguard, makes repeated appearances throughout the labyrinth, usually offering items and advice to help us move along. He's not one for idle chit-chat and will soon take off to the deeper levels. Another person, a roaming merchant, offers necessary gear for navigating the labyrinth's puzzles, but he won't cough up anything for free. The labyrinth is largely made up of brick flooring and walls. The ambiance of lit torches, arcane symbols, and deadly traps create a feeling of uneasiness as we venture deeper and deeper. The set pieces are as alluring as they are creepy, and they, along with the chilling music, will keep us nervously alert, yet intrigued each step of the way. Such eerie surroundings give the labyrinth a sense of wild danger. As it should. This is no walk in the park. Our wizard can easily find himself in mortal danger if he doesn't pay attention to his surroundings. Combat can be mastered over time, but the creative perils of new levels will force us to think of new solutions with little reaction time. Roaming slimes, massive tunneling snakes, and flying lizards all animate beautifully. Just remember, it's best not to get distracted. We may grow tired of the usual floor tiles, but later levels provide scary alternatives, such as the sticky, webbed corridors of level 6 and the serpentine turns of the Precarious sewer system on level 7. Spiders large and small have it out for us, and a large water monster will force us to make those turns as fast as we can to avoid succumbing to a tentacled demise. We eventually learn why Mortimer has vanished. That ruined city that he went after once held the legendary Fountain of Youth. In order to achieve this, the citizens had to kill off the dragons that were originally guarding the fountain. Except one dragon escaped. That dragon returned, destroyed the city, and took up residence below the labyrinth. Mortimer seeks to reclaim this fountain. This explains the very much alive Goblin King, as that bottle we had contained life-renewing waters. And it explains why Mortimer called his student, as he must be trapped somewhere below. Except we have yet to find any traces of him. At one point, we discover another ring wrapped in a woman's garment.
Anna, so harm will never find you. Your loving father, Dunrick.
Passing through the level, we meet a young lady claiming to be Anna. She accepts the ring and teleports away after giving such a loving hug. We climb down a ladder and notice a man chained to the wall. Before we can act, the guard stabs the defenseless man and attacks. The troll is easily put down and we approach the dying prisoner. He professes he is Dunrick and warns us of a conniving scam put into place by Mortimer. Mortimer was never in any danger and manipulated us into following him here to the labyrinth. Returning Dunrick's ring allows the mage to summon a few spell scrolls before croaking. Taken to stairs nearby leads to a meeting with Ulindor waiting on the level below. He approaches us and speaks.
You found Dunrick, did you? What did he tell you? He told you about Mortimer, didn't he? Then I'll have to kill you.
The bodyguard who has been assisting us in helping to save Mortimer has merely been leading us along a predetermined path set forth by Mortimer himself. Fearing we have learned too much after witnessing Dunrick in chains, he attacks before we can fully process all of what has happened. What really defines this game is the unfair difficulty it presents. The levels are short, but just long enough to have us cry in frustration over dying at the very end. If it wasn't for the game-defining difficulty, this simple game will be conquered quickly. The labyrinth here treads only 8 levels of abyssal descent. Usually it'd be considered cheap to buffer a game's length by making each step a complicated mess. Not so for the Immortal. It's easy to find humor in the countless annihilations. These are masochistic rewards, as the fatal animations are worth viewing. Deaths are lessons on what not to do the next time around. After learning the hard way to the end of a level, a great sense of accomplishment falls over us. as we eagerly anticipate the following stage with childlike wonder. The game feels similar to cinematic platformers like Another World or Prince of Persia, where we know little of what is going on but are presented with just enough story to be intrigued about going forward. All of these games offer well-animated visuals with tough gameplay, where trial and error is the law of the land. Fans of these games will definitely want to check out the Immortal. The final and possibly difficult task lies at the game's conclusion. Waking up at the carrying side of a goblin, our hero kicks open his final chest, obtains the destructive sorcery within, and proceeds to an empty room? A trap? Wait a second.
Fool! Read the words. I've waited 1,000 years for this. Read the words. Fine. Then I'll just take back my amulet. I have other students who will come. Prepare to die. What a pity I wasted so much time on you. You don't think you made it here on your own, do you? Look at me. Do I remind you of a merchant, perhaps? Who do you think left you those chests? Do you even know why I summoned you? 1,000 years ago, I created this amulet to kill the dragons that governed the Fountain of Youth. But this one escaped. He came back and destroyed my city. I was the sole survivor. Now I have returned to reclaim the fountain that gave me 1,000 years of life. You were to kill the dragon for me. You see, the power the amulet takes to kill a dragon will also kill the one using it. So, I can't attack the dragon myself. But as long as I have this amulet, the dragon won't attack me.
Thanks for joining me and looking back at the Immortal, a rather unique game that has wonderful replayability in navigating that crazy labyrinth. And that first level is required gaming if you ask me. The NES port is a great version to play first, although the Sega Genesis does come close. Well, as we close with this game, I hope to see you all again next time on Retro Island Gaming. See ya!